I started planning out my business when I turned 15, so the beginning of this year in January. And I have come across many things that I just don't feel like are spoken about enough. There are things that are very similar to this that are spoken all over YouTube and the self-improvement and entrepreneurship communities, but nothing that's really quite targeted to students or teenagers that want to start a very profitable business. And I'm just in the beginning of my business journey, so I'm coming from a point as a student, as someone who's learning all these things. So basically, also with the start of this YouTube channel, I am using this as an accountability tracker. So something that I can also share whatever I've learned, all the lessons, all the courses that I've been through, and I want to kind of regurgitate some of this information in a more directed format to people that are just like me. 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, whatever, and above, that want to be entrepreneurs, but they just don't know how to start, or they don't know how to just get their foot in the door. Before I dive into some of the deeper concepts, I want to go over some of the very surface level misconceptions that people have about being a young entrepreneur. First one that immediately comes to most people's heads: lack of experience and credibility. You're a minor, you're 14, 15, 16 years old, you want to make some money, so you're trying to put out your services to these people, you want to make them your clients, but they're just, psychologically, they're not going to trust you as much as they would trust a 25-year-old who graduated college and they have a degree and all that stuff. That's just the traditional mindset that a lot of business owners have, and respectfully so, because that's how it's been for the past 100 years. With that, you want to start by giving your services and practicing with friends and family. You want to reach out to people that you have a connection with already just as a person, and you want to approach them as a client, as a business owner, not as a family member. You can use the family member connection and relationships to manipulate that and get them to close a deal with you, but you're not going to treat them the same way as you would, let's say, if you're at like a family function, you're chatting and hanging out. You're going to approach them professionally, and you're going to send your services to them and ask them if they would like to be your client, basically, in simple terms. Of course, you're going to reword it differently. But also in this stage, you're not looking for money. You have to remember that you are looking for experience and credibility. You're looking for a testimonial that you can use, so then when you want to get a client, like a more higher paying client, or someone that will actually start paying you for your services, then you can use this past experience to allocate for that. Let's say you are a 25-year-old business owner and you send your services to someone that you're looking to get hired by, and they see that you have a college degree, whatever, have worked with a few people in the past very briefly, but you have a degree and everything. Yeah, that's great. Let's say you're a 15-year-old business owner and you're sending the same quality messages and outreaches, sometimes even better quality outreaches, because some of the courses that you can get as a younger person now, and still going through school, and I've worked with 5 different companies in the past, and you show them proof of the work that you have done and the growth that you have made to their company, they will hire you. Doesn't matter if you're 15. Some people might still be a little bit skeptical, but once you provide them with that much knowledge and that much reassurance that you are a master of what you do, and you're very good at providing for them and improving their business, they will hire you. Another thing I'm going to touch on that pushes a lot of people away from starting businesses at such young ages is just balancing their schoolwork and then their business workload. So the only thing I can really say on this is that you have to go all in no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're a student, doesn't matter if you do sports, doesn't matter if you have a 9 to 5. You are flexible, you can work around it, and you do as much as you can for the time that you have in the day. It's only 24 hours. Spend hopefully around 8 hours of that sleeping. So you have like 16 hours in the day. That's 16 hours to make the most of it. You can do stuff at school. Prioritize. If you're gonna go as crazy as I used to go, at lunchtime, you're eating your food, you're planning every single thing you're gonna do it, after school. You're on your phone at lunch, instead of scrolling on TikTok, write down any video ideas that come to your mind to make when you get home. When you're eating your sandwich, just write down every single video idea that comes to your mind. when you come home, you already have content ideas. You have to balance it. You have to be flexible. At the same time, you have to have a strict time set. Be flexible on your sports and the events and school and all that. School definitely comes first. But if you want to make this work, if you want to be successful in life, you have to learn to sacrifice. And you have to learn to sacrifice some fun things that you might do instead of coming home and watching Netflix for a half hour. Come home and spend that half hour working out or planning out your business. So you have to learn to be flexible. You can't use school as an excuse. Oh, I got too much schoolwork. Should have done it in the morning. There were times where I was waking up 4 a.m. planning out every single thing that I had to do today, so that way when I came home from school, I could get all my work done in that hour that I saved in the morning by waking up earlier, and then doing all my business work after that. Another thing I want to talk about is skepticism. I'm going to be straight up with you. If you can't deal with skepticism or hate from friends or family or literally anybody online or in person, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be a millionaire. You're not going to be a business owner. You're not going to be a good content creator. You're not going to be nothing because you're always going to receive skepticism or hate from literally everyone. You have to set yourself to a higher standard that if someone's giving you feedback or like hate in a non-respectful way, you're going to look at that, you're going to read it or see what they say, listen to them, then you're going to look at who they are, who is telling you that information, who is insulting you. Look at them in detail and see, are they better than me? Are they legitimately doing things that are better than me? Are they legitimately doing things that I could improve on? If they aren't, then why does it matter? If someone's telling you to get a life, yet they have no social lives themselves and they're friends with losers, are you going to listen to them? If someone is telling you that you need to fix your drug addiction, yet they've quit smoking 5 different times and then they recently just got back on it, are you going to listen to them? No. They haven't shown success in that field yet, so why are you going to take their advice on it? So, things like that, they're just worthless. You're going to see them. There's no way you can avoid it. Don't try to avoid it. And don't act like a wimp when you see it or hear it, because you're always going to see it. It's always there. You're not going to escape it. So, just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at some of the advantages of being an entrepreneur, and of course there are some. Some very valuable ones. Creativity and innovation. Your minds are at like their prime. They're still trying to finish to getting developed, but this is when you're coming up with the most amount of ideas pretty regularly. You can be very creative. You see a lot of young influencers, they blow up because they've had some very profound and interesting ideas that have got millions of views and got them viral and got them very successful. As well as adaptability and willingness to take risks. I hope that many of you watching this have a very safe and secure household that you are able to take risks, not necessarily financially, but also just with your time. You're able to pay for things, and if they don't go well, you have time to make that money back. Of course, you want to be safe about it and make sure you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff that's not going to work. Still be safe about it, but at least you have that time, that security to try and see what works, see what doesn't. Many of us, teenagers right now, have a lot of access to technology and social media. Like almost every single teenager has a phone. So that's something as well. And you can grow a business right from your phone too. You don't need a laptop. You don't need a whole office set up. You could lay on your bed and make thousands of dollars. That's something that people need to understand, is that they need to stop looking for material things. They need to stop thinking that a business is about spending money. Business is money in. It is getting paid. If you're not getting paid, it's not a business. So you need to understand that. If you're going to grow out a business, don't prioritize making a website, making a landing page, getting an office, buying a new computer, all that fancy stuff. Not even worth it. Take $100 and get a notebook, a couple other books, and a course online about getting rich, and then just use your phone to follow all the steps and just become rich. Start a business. You don't need a website. Just do that, and you'll make money. Also, I know people with so much time on their hands that just do not take advantage of it. There are many people that I know that wake up at let's say, so school starts 7:30, they wake up at like 6:30 or 7, get on the bus real fast, make breakfast, or don't not even eat breakfast, go to school, go through school, come back, and then just play video games till they go to sleep, and then do the whole day all over again. You serious? That's who you're gonna be. You're gonna go home, play video games for a couple hours. If you do sports every couple of times a week, whatever, yeah, sure, go do some sports. If you're not doing sports, if you're not at school, you're playing video games. Is that really necessary? Do you think that's really making the most of your time? Sure, you should have some off days where you kind of enjoy a little pleasure, a little fun. Maybe play video games for an hour on Friday, after school. You have so much time on your hands that older entrepreneurs and older business owners do not have, simply as just being an adult. And you have so much of an advantage that if you can get the information and the knowledge that you need now to be a successful business owner, and you put that into place, with the amount of time that you have, you will make thousands of dollars before you graduate. It's a thing. Real people have done it. So just think about that next time you go on your phone, next time you open or start up your Xbox, next time you play some video games. I want you to realize that you could be making thousands of dollars with that time. Would you rather be playing GTA 5, or would you rather be making thousands of dollars? It's up to you.